Mario Galaxy movie brought us some sensational figures that everyone was dying to see on the big screen. But do you have any idea who the best characters in the movie are? And also the ones that nobody liked? And to kick off our conversation, the worst character in the movie was, without a doubt, the Honey Queen. She is totally different from what we know from the games. In the video game, she gives you that bee skin for Mario, asks the hero for some help, and proves to be a great ally. But here in the animation, she is pretty evil and goes around locking everybody up for no reason at all. They completely changed her way of being, and because of that, she doesn't deserve any of our applause, which ends up being a real shame. But we here on our channel never change our style, which is why you should always keep following us. Brace yourselves because here comes the controversy. Daisy, who is one of the characters that fans love the most in the Mario franchise, including us right here. But she is a figure that couldn't make it into the group of the best ones. And the reason is simple. She doesn't have enough screen time. The princess appears in the middle of space instead of being back in her kingdom in Sarasa Land, and even though she holds a ton of promise for the future, nobody really understood the reason for her participation right now. She should have been introduced in a very different way, so that's why she lands in this position on our list. But we hope that in the third movie, she becomes one of the best characters in the franchise. Get ready because now our list is going to blow your mind. This so-called Advisor Toad is a character that, unfortunately, deserves to be among the bottom spots for a very simple reason. He shouldn't even be in the movie. This position as an advisor originally belongs to the character Toadsworth, who is that older and classic Toad, but for some bizarre reason, they forgot about him when making the movie. Which is why this generic character comes in as one of the major problems of this production. The Lumas also ended up not having a very cool role in the movie. In the video games, they are great helpers on Mario's journey, but here they barely do anything important. They just hang out there at Princess Rosalina's castle playing and being cute, but they should be acting as real partners to our heroes. Unfortunately, they don't do that, and precisely because of this point, they can't rank among the best characters no matter what. And the commander of the Magic Koopas, the right-hand man Kamek, also ended up being a huge disappointment for the fans. He doesn't have good screen time, he doesn't use his magic even though he is a very powerful wizard, and nobody was happy with the fact that Kamek didn't mention anything about the prophecy. In the game Yoshi's Island, he says he had a vision about Mario, with Luigi and with Princess Peach. He doesn't say a word about this detail in the movie, and for that very reason, he doesn't make the list as a positive character. And it is with a heavy heart that we have to say that Beardo was not a good character. We already knew that she wouldn't have any dialogue, since she doesn't speak at all in the games, but her participation is, to our sadness, pretty bland. She is only there to get beaten up by Peach, and nothing more. She doesn't even get to meet Yoshi, something that everyone was absolutely expecting to happen, but it didn't, and that was pretty frustrating for those who watched. We've now reached the part of the list with the characters that were a tremendous letdown, and Toad is unfortunately one of them. Keeping it real, what did he actually do in this movie? Practically nothing. He just tagged along with Peach, didn't have any memorable lines, wasn't as funny as he was in the first movie, and didn't have any real development as a character. A total shame, but he doesn't come in as a good character from this feature film in any way, shape, or form. Lumalee, who is that blue-colored Luma, is a character who made it here on our list because he has been a legend ever since the first movie. He manages to be creepy and highly hilarious at the same time. Everybody loves him, and the character reverses roles with Bowser because in the first feature he was locked in the cage, but now he is the one keeping the villain imprisoned. The thing is, he barely has any screen time, so he ends up taking a lower position. We have to admit that seeing King Wart in the movie theater was something really awesome. It was indeed a huge surprise and brought back some really good memories of the games we used to enjoy in our childhood, but unfortunately, he is not the King Wart we were expecting to see. In the games, he rules the dream world, is powerful, and is the main villain of Super Mario Bros. 2, but he ended up being defeated way too easily, which was such a waste. He deserves way more of the spotlight and should get his own movie in the future. Let's hope that actually happens. Even so, he takes this spot because this character hasn't shown his face since 1988, and nobody thought they'd ever see him again. If you made it this far, do the following. Click the subscribe button. I think we deserve it. Can you believe that Rob is going to be ranked here among the best characters in the movie, even though he shows up very little? Yes, he is a major standout, and if you think he's kind of slow or boring, you're probably not that big of a fan of the Mario universe. He is slow and kind of dull, because that is a direct tribute to the original ROB, who was sold along with the Nintendo 64 console. In other words, it's one of the coolest and most faithful adaptations they've made. And who would have guessed that the big surprise of this production, Princess Rosalina, wouldn't be in the top spots? But don't get us wrong. She is indeed an incredible character, but she lacked a deeper development. She needed to be a true protagonist. But we find out almost nothing new about her. We only learn that the character is very powerful and that she is Peach's sister. But besides that, they should have shown more stuff about Rosalina. Not to mention that she still needs to be rescued at the end. She ends up being a damsel in distress, even though she is one of the main figures. And that doesn't really respect the character we know from the games. And since we are talking about Bowser, he lands in this spot right here because he doesn't take on the role of the main villain in the movie. We already knew the character well, and he even tries to be a better person this time around, but he can't pull it off. He is still the great king of the Koopas, but we realize that he has a more artistic side. Painting pictures and all that, it's just that he gives it all up to go back to being evil and set a terrible example for his son. The villain's son is a very tough adversary. Bowser Jr. is a very positive surprise for the feature, and everybody digs him. The little Koopa Prince is very smart, powerful, and acts like a villain who actually has a solid plan. He doesn't just want to kidnap a princess, he wants to rule the entire universe by building a giant machine, but at the same time it makes total sense for him to be kind of childish because Junior is still just a kid. He doesn't have a silly motive like Bowser does, but on the other hand, his plan ends up being weak because he defeated himself by getting swallowed up by his own power. Even so, he ranks ahead of Bowser because he manages to drag his own father back to the dark side. One of the biggest surprises we had in this movie is Fox McCloud. He is a phenomenal spaceship pilot. The movie's art style even changes from 3D to 2D when he shows up. This character is so awesome that he paves the way for the creation of a totally new franchise. And let's hope the Star Fox team officially enters the cinematic universe. When we see him flying through space, it gives you a huge urge to be the captain of a ship and set off on a grand adventure among the stars. We enjoyed Fox McCloud way too much, and that's why he makes our list as one of the best characters. But since he isn't directly from the Mario universe, he gets this honorary spot. Princess Peach also makes our list as one of the standout characters. She is super determined, has a ton of courage, strength, knows how to fight really well, and has a real shot at being the star of her own movie. Let's remember that this character already has games where she is the protagonist, which means there's plenty of room for that to happen. But this movie has a little problem. Mario and Luigi go out searching for Peach, but it's almost as if the princess didn't need their help. There's no problem at all with Peach being so powerful, especially since she really is. It's just that the movie failed to show why she would need the support of the other characters. Let's remember that she took down King Wart's entire gang all by herself. That would only make sense if she owned the movie, but she doesn't. So because of that, she lands in this position. Do you agree? And now, our big star. Mario makes our list as one of the best characters in the movie because he is way more prepared in this production. He is much more experienced, doesn't need to keep training like before, and can already take down several enemies. The truth is that Mario looks much more like that hero from the games in this animation than what Nintendo itself showed in the first movie. In other words, we now have our good old Mario as a complete hero. But there is one detail. In this movie, Mario makes it very clear that he has strong feelings for Princess Peach. He wants the girl as his girlfriend, and we also want to see this couple together, but Mario doesn't have the guts to confess this love, and that's bad. In the game Mario Odyssey, he even goes as far as asking Peach to marry him. He has the courage to open his heart and go after the girl he loves. It's a shame that he doesn't do that in the movie, and that's why he doesn't take the top spot. Luigi claims one of the highest spots on our list, yes, ahead of Mario. And you can probably already guess the reason. Luigi has a lot more screen time in this movie, and he fights right alongside his brother like a true hero. He evolved in this movie in a surprising way, uses several power-ups, faces Bowser head-on, and wipes out the enemies. He isn't that scaredy cat that a lot of people thought he would be. Not to mention that he encourages his brother to chase his dreams, like when he tells Mario that Peach would be incredibly lucky to be our protagonist's girlfriend. Luigi finally steps up and takes his place as one of the brand's protagonists, and seeing him evolve from one movie to the next was an absolute joy to watch. Yoshi is, with all the certainty in the world, the absolute best character in this continuation of the Mario movies. He is extremely hilarious, even while only being able to say a single word. Not to mention he does some sensational things, like swallowing the characters and turning them into eggs. Although, stopping to think about it, that must not be cool at all because coming out the back door can't be a good time for anyone. But Yoshi was a very pleasant surprise in this movie. Everybody felt the urge to take a dinosaur just like him home. Not to mention, he is a great partner, super cute, and perfectly represents the Yoshi personality that we know from the games. Guys, he even rides a motorcycle. Tell me that isn't something incredible? It's for this reason that Yoshi takes first place on our list. Do you agree with us? We're still going to show you a lot more stuff today. If you want more videos like this, comment down below, add more. We're leaving 2 really cool videos for you to stay with us here on the channel. Click and have fun!